Alright YouTube, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another episode of DIY Amateur Hour. Today we're going to be doing a little product review, a little tool review of the Easy Twist paint stick. Simply put, this paint stick is supposed to hold quite a bit more paint than a regular roller and make it easier to paint like ceilings and hard to reach areas. So we're going to dive right into it. When you open up your box, you're going to get the instructions, which you don't really need. Your paint roller and the bracket. You got this spatter shield, and it also comes with the Easy Twist paint stick itself. This thing is fairly simple to use. You pull up on that, and it draws paint into the tube itself. And then you put the roller on the end here, and as you paint the surface of your house, you spin this up and it pushes the paint up into the roller and it makes it easier to paint the walls without dipping down into the paint tray all the time. So seems like a great idea in theory. I wish that I had been the guy to come up with this. So without further ado, we're going to give this a shot and paint the walls in the garage and see how well it goes. Assembly of the Easy Twist paint roller is fairly simple. First thing you do is take your brush, your roller, you slip it onto the bracket until it clicks. And then you take the spatter shield, slip it on the end, and the open end goes onto the metal part of the bracket. It's kind of an ovular shape, so it only goes on one way. Once you have that taken care of, I'm going to push the bracket onto the paint stick itself. It's got to go on fairly far, farther than that. And then you can twist the lock on. And now we're ready to paint. I didn't show you in the last clip, but it comes with this tube. You insert it here on the end, just like that. And this is how you suck the paint into the tube. Once you have that installed, you pull the tube out. And that sucks the paint into the tube. About 10 minutes or so of messing around, it's finally able to get it to suck up paint. This thing takes probably about half a gallon of paint. Probably not that much, but it takes a lot of paint. So we're finally going to get started painting. So here we go. So in post-production, when I was making this video, I realized that I forgot to do an outro. But simply put, what I wanted to say, when it comes to cleaning the EZ Twist paint stick, obviously you have to completely disassemble it. The tube itself, the long tube, you can just flush it out with water. I didn't really see the point in taking all the screws out of it and taking it apart when you can just rinse it out with water for a couple minutes and it gets all the paint out. But the roller itself holds quite a bit more paint than a regular roller. You can take the two end caps off and it makes it a lot easier to clean it. But that thing holds quite a bit of paint, and then the metal pipe, the S pipe that goes from the tube to the roller itself, holds a significant amount of paint too. So as long as you get that cleaned out, make sure you take the time and get that cleaned out with paint, then you won't have any issues. But if you don't, obviously it's going to get clogged full of paint and you'll end up buying new pieces or a new paint stick. So in conclusion, make sure you clean it real well. But it works. It's definitely more convenient than climbing up on the ladder with a roller and trying to reach the ceiling and getting back down and filling the paint tray and getting back up the ladder. You know, you can fit quite a bit of paint in the paint stick, and it's much more convenient standing on the floor and walking around rather than getting on the ladder painting, moving the ladder and all that kind of stuff. So in conclusion, so I definitely recommend the EZ Twist paint stick for areas where you have to do a lot of painting, paint a large surface area like the ceiling in my garage or an entire room. But if you're just doing one wall or a small area, it uses too much paint, it's too much waste, it's too much hassle to do a small area. So check out the EZ Twist paint stick. You can go find it on Google or Amazon. I think that's where I got mine. If you have any tips, tricks, comments, or ideas of how I could have improved this video, make sure you leave them down below. If you liked what you saw, be sure to leave a like on this video. And if you want to see what I have in store for the future, be sure to subscribe. Remember, you can always DIY.